We will see what we have discussed till now. Whatever we have discussed till now, we will repeat it one more time. We'll just check it on it. And then we'll discuss what we need to discuss furthermore. Those topics also we'll see it. Now, let's see here VS Code. File, open folder. I name React, new. Now, yesterday we discussed forms, third-party libraries like Formix and App. Now, if you see the React topics, we did JavaScript revision when we started. We did React introduction. We did components. We did nested components. We did parents to child or child to parent props. We did state, use state. We did use effect. We did conditional rendering. We discussed less. We discussed context API. We discussed class components. We discussed lifecycle methods. We discussed routing. Hooks we did not discuss actually. There are some other hooks. Whatever the hooks you know, already you know what is a hook, but other hooks are there, and also how to create your own hook also is there. We will discuss hooks, and we already discussed forms. We discussed the libraries. Now we need to discuss two topics in our Redux React course. One is hooks, another one is Redux. One is hooks and another one is Redux. We will discuss Redux. Once you get a clear clarity on Redux, we will discuss last hooks, and then you will know completely all the React one. After this is done, I will just give you a glance on what is TypeScript. I will just give you a glance on what is Next.js, and we will do one real-time project. Okay, this is our goal. कुछ नहीं, anything you can use it. Even React you can use it. I will just give you a glance. Okay, not the whole thing. After the Redux and hooks, we will see the things and we will do one real-time project. That is for the next week one. Okay. Now, before we start, as usual, we'll do some simple brainstorming session. Okay. Now, for the brainstorming session, let's have today one simple question. Divya, if you are getting it internal server error, that is for the backend one. The server problem is for the backend one. Wherever you are taking API, that API problem it is there. Now, now the question is very simple. Everyone, see this question. This question will think about your problem solving skills. You are having one pond of water. You have one pond of water. I think you all know what is pond, right? Like you have a big pond of water. You have two jugs. One jug can store 3 liters of water exactly. Another jug can store 5 liters of water exactly. There are no markings on any one of them. One jug can store 3 liters, another jug can store 5 liters. I want exactly 4 liters. Have you guys ever heard of this? Usually, if anyone interested in puzzles, they will know this. It's a simple logical and problem solving question. You are having two jugs. There are no markings on the jugs. One jug can take 3 liters of water. Another jug can take 5 liters of water. I want you to give me exactly 4 liters of water. You can take how much water you want from the pond. Hmm? Huh? First take 5 liters. Okay. Pour it into 3 liters. Nice. Then you will have 2 liters in the huh? You have separate 2 liters. Uh, huh? You have separate 2 and 3. Bolo. Again, how you will pour again 5 liters? You have 2 liters only on that. Only 2 jugs you are having. In second jug, you have already 2 liters now. Now, how you will pour again 5 liters? No other containers. Only 2 containers are there. There is no other container. Huh? Good logic. Online, did you all understand the question, ma? Online, did you all understand the question? Just try it, sir. This is an interview question, actually. You are actually near, but you forgot. Anyone knows any other way, you can tell. Tell me. You have two jugs. Someone is like half in 5, half in 3. How do you know exactly half? You don't have any measurements, Sabiha. See, you have a full pond of water. You have only two jugs. There are no markings on the jugs. So obviously you can't see which is half, which is not. You have only two jugs. In the one jug is 3 liters, one jug is 5 liters. I want exactly 4 liters. How do you take it 4 liters from this 2, 3, and 5? That is the question. Online Atmiya answered this. Let me take it. Atmiya answered it like first take 5 liters in 5 liters jug and pour it in 3 liters. Correct. Then 3 liters jug will be full and 5 liter jug only 2 liters. Correct. Then the remaining 2 liters throw away half of the amount of water. Then there is only 2 liters from the remaining 2 liter throw away half of the amount of water. How do you know exactly half of the amount, Atmiya? You can't take half of the amount now. How do you know exactly half? Like Atmiya told it like you will have 2 liters, just remove half. You will have 1 and 3 plus 1. But that is wrong. Why? Because how do you know exactly half? You can't know exactly half because here there are no measurements. Are you getting my point? Someone, it will take 5 liters mug and I will pour 1 by 4. How do you know exactly 1 by 4? Upendra, there are no measurements. Na? Read the question clearly. There are no measurements. First take 3 liters. Okay. Pour it in 5. Again 3 liters. Pour it into 5. Then in 3 liters, you will have only one full. No, 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 no. 5 liter is full. Huh. You, you want to pour this 1 liter into 5 liter. Huh. You can't measure. How do you know that? Imagine they are steel glasses. You can't measure, na? If they are steel jugs, can you measure it? How do you? You will put your finger and measure? That's the only possibility. We will try to measure the height of the mug. How do you measure it height of the mug? Did I give you any scale? Did I give you any tape? There is nothing point in it. Someone Divya, half both. I know half. तो हाफ कैसा मालूम होता? एक देखो, तुम्हारे पास एक स्टील जग है. स्टील जग पूरा वाटर है. तो एग्जैक्टली हाफ ऑफ द स्टील जग, हाउ डू यू नो? तो यू विल जस्ट एज्यूम, हाँ ये हाफ. नहीं, हमको एग्जैक्ट चाहिए, एग्जैक्ट. Online, first take 5 full, pour it in 3, in 5, and remaining 2. Now again take 5 remaining, 5 fill remaining. Now again, if you take 5, already 2 is there. Then it will become another 3 only. Can you enable my voice? No voice. Message it. If you want to tell, message it. Sabiha, I didn't understand it. Like you said it, 5 minus 1 is 4, but I didn't understand it like how it would be 1. Pour the 2 liters in E. Where? What E? Fill the 3. Okay. 3 is containing it 2 liters. And again fill the 5 liters. Perfect. That works. Now, let's go with the solution which Sabiha and the Rajesh suggested. Even Ajit said it, the similar one. Okay. Let me give you here, everyone. Everyone, the solution is very simple. To whoever think, I'm telling it. First, take the 5 liters full. 5 liters full. And then pour this 5 liters into 3 liters. Now, anyone tell me in this 5 liters now, how many are there? How many are there? Any doubts in this? Now, empty this 3 and put this 2 here. Now, how many are there here in the 3? How many in the 3 liters? 2. 5 liters? Empty. Again, fill the 5 liters. But now, if you pour it, how much it can take maximum? But if you remove that 1 liter here, how much it will be? In interview, they will ask you logical questions. It will explain your problem solving skills. Online, are you getting my point, ma? Online, are you getting my point? Which the Sabiha and Rajesh and someone Ajit, they are very good, logically nice. Okay. You can even think it in multiple ways, not only one way. You can do it in multiple ways. There is no one answer. Okay. Someone might think of another answers also. If it is correct, it would be better. Perfect. Okay. Now, good. That's for the today's exercise, and we'll start our today's session. Today we will discuss about one of the most important interview perspective, which is called Redux. If you go for interviews, the mostly they will ask you questions on Redux. React interview will not get complete without Redux and hooks. Mostly they will ask about hooks. Mostly they will ask about Redux. How do you use Redux? How do you use this particular ones? We will discuss basic Redux and Redux toolkit. Advanced, we will discuss it tomorrow. Okay. Now, Redux demo. Now, sir, what is Redux and what is the use? Redux. Redux is a state management library. Redux is a state management library. Library. Imagine you go to imagine you go to the Amazon.com. Amazon.com. Here, imagine I add one item in Amazon.com. Imagine I try to add one item into the cart. If I add one item into the cart, can you see here one item is added into the cart? One item is added into the cart now. Now, if I go to any page, this added item will be there now. Not only here it is added, it will be added in cart subtotal, cart page, checkout page, right or not? How do you manage that, sir? Same way, whenever you click dark mode, light mode, all pages will become dark and light now. How do you manage that, sir? If I go here, English, whenever someone is changing English in the header or from English to Hindi, everywhere it will become Hindi now. So how it will be managed, sir? Like you need a global state value. You need state logic globally and you can manage. Sir, that is where context API you used. If you do you all remember context API, ma? Context API also we used for global container only. The difference is context API, we will use it for smaller things. When you are having big state logic, you have so many things to remember in your state. Take it any user system. For example, take this one. Here, everyone. Did I signed in or not? Did I already signed in or not? Did I already signed in, ma? No. If I already signed in here, it will not come hello sign in. It will come hello Prasad. Right or not? Every page, it will check whether this guy is signed in or not. If the guy is signed in, only allow him. If the guy is not signed in, don't allow him. But sir, how do they know that whether I signed in or not? So what they will do, whenever user signed in, whenever the user signed in, they will create one state value. They will change the state value from false to true. And this state value should be global. In your application, in your application, so many components will be there. In your application, so many components will be there. And you want something, some values, you have some X value, and you want this value to go to every component. How do you make one value available for every component? Global container. How do you use it? Global container. This global container can be done by context API, can also done by context API is default or last ones. You can use it context API or you can use some third party libraries. One of the famous third party library for state management is Redux. You have already, yesterday I gave you an examples. There are so many other third party libraries also for state management like Redux, Mobex, Justad. But people uses mostly in the industry Redux. What they will use, ma? Redux. Redux is a state management library. It is used to manage states globally. It is used to manage states globally. Now, same thing can also be done with context API also. Now, even context API will serve similar purpose. Did you all remember context API, ma? You will store it using use context. You will take it using use content, right? Consumer, provider, right? Same logic here also. One global container is there. Global container is a provider. Whoever uses it will become consumer. Okay. Okay. But mostly context API used for smaller, smaller, smaller states. It is not suitable. It is not suitable for large scale or complex applications. For large scale or complex applications, context API is not sold, not done. But Redux is used for highly, large scale one. Redux is suitable for Redux is suitable for large scale and complex applications. So it depends. If you are using small and medium applications, context API can do with just context API can do, no need of Redux. But if you are using it more than that, then you need to use Redux. Now, online till now, is it clear, ma? Yeah. Now, now, major important thing. Redux architecture. In interview, they will ask you Redux architecture. To understand, to understand how Redux works, how Redux works, how Redux works. First understand, first understand terminologies. In Redux, we have some terminologies such as first store. Let me explain you with one game. You all know cricket, ma? Paka? Then let's go with the example of cricket. Now, now go here. In cricket game, in cricket, so many players will play. Basically, two teams will be there. One team will be the batting, and the another one will be the bowling. Now, every time you need to maintain how many player, like what player did how much score for how many bowls or how many wickets. Like this, you need to maintain all the score, right or not? For the whole match, they will maintain the score. Is the store is the score static? Is the score static, ma? No. So take it in a React perspective. In React perspective, score will change always. Score will change always. That's just an assumption that if anything is changing, if anything is a changing in React, we mention it as a state. We mention it as a state dynamic, which is a state logic, right or not? Any doubts here? Sir, imagine one guy is playing the score. When he done some score, will you go to that guy and will you tell him is here how much score he did? No. There will be so many people who love to watch the match. Every person who is watching the match, they want to know the score. How do they know the score? Like, see, someone is understand it. Someone is playing. Are this play? Are this audience are playing? No. Does the audience are not playing? Audience are not there. But audience want to know the score. How do the audience or other components know the score? Scoreboard. What they will do? So scoreboard is one global board which is accessible to everyone. Can bowling team can see the scoreboard? Can batting team can see score? Can umpire can see score? Audience? Anyone can see. Anyone can see. Basically, when someone did batting, they will change it. Audience will not change it. Batting people are the capable to change it, or the bowling ones are capable to change it. But the changing one, whatever is happening, which can be seen everywhere. Any doubts? So you will have one scoreboard. Scoreboard. It contains all score changes. Changes happens here. Happens here. Can I say the scoreboard is a global container? It's a global one, na? Accessible to everyone. Global container. Normally, when you go for context API, we call them global container. What we call them? Global container. But in Redux, same thing, we call it as store. What we call it as? Store. In Redux, what we call it, ma? Store. Store is the place. Store is the place. All the state values will save. Whenever the changes happen, they will store in the store only. It's like store is the place where all the scores will be there. All the changes will be there. All the states will be there. In your program, so many states are there. Take the scoreboard. Scoreboards will have number of runs, run rate, number of wickets, number of overs. You will have strike rate or whatever the things. You will have so much. All these stores, all these values are dynamic only actually. All are storing inside one particular place. Usko bolta store. Any doubts here? Any doubts here? Now, anyone tell me how many scoreboards will be there per match? How many scoreboards will be there per match? One. Perfect. In interview, they will ask you. There will be always, there will be always only one store per application in Redux. How many stores will be there in Redux? How many stores will be there in Redux? One. How many? One. And store is used to store all the state values. All the state values. It is accessible to all components. Any questions? We will learn the whole Redux using that cricket one only. Any questions in this? You will have a store will store all the state values. Only one store will be there, that's a rule, and it is accessible to all components. If you take a library like Justad, Justad will contain multiple stores, okay, but store will contain only one. Okay. Now, next one. Reducer. Reducer. Same like context API. That's why I told, if you see it here, it's similar to context API. The difference is like context API, you will use it for smaller purposes, and this one used for bigger purposes. True. It has so many other things than the context API actually. Okay. Now let's see next example. Sir, in scoreboard, everyone see this example. In scoreboard, Prasad's score is initially Prasad started to play. Now score is 0. Initially score is 0. Now Prasad is playing here. Now when Prasad hit, the ball goes out of the boundary. Anyone tell me what will happen now? Score will become, why it will become only 6? Why not it will become 10? Why not it will become 100? Why not it will become -4? Because rules. Because we have some rules now. You all know the rules now. There will be some rules, sir. If you go out of the boundary, like directly 6 on the floor crosses the boundary or something 4, or in other cases they will do some runs. They will have some constant rules. Can I update the scoreboard however I want? No, you have some rules. So scoreboard cannot be updated directly. Scoreboard updated according to some rules. There are some rules. These rules, these rules are used to update scores in scoreboard. Scoreboard. It's a constant rule, which is, this is called reducer. Without rules, can we play the game? No. Scoreboard cannot be done like that. We can't put that, because when you are playing a game, in that already set up rules are there. You will do the rules. Only the rules can change the scoreboard. Okay? You can't bypass that. You can't directly go to the store and change it. Okay. Now, second point. Store state values cannot be changed. Cannot be changed directly. Directly. Reducer is a function. Reducer is a function which contain which contain rules which contain rules to change or to replace the state values in the store. Store state values cannot be changed directly. Same way scoreboard cannot be changed directly. Scoreboard will be changed according to the rules. Same way, reducer is one function. We will write in our program one function. वो function क्या करता है sir? Sir, one button you click. There are two buttons, plus button, minus button. Now you click plus button. If you click plus button, increase one. If you click minus button, decrease one. Like you put some rules. Where do you put these rules? You put all the rules inside one function. Using these rules, it will update the state in the store. Okay, what is this function which contain rules is called reducer. What is it called? Reducer. Sir, will that rules will be one? No, I can put multiple rules now. For batsmen, we have batsman rules. For bowler, we have bowler rules. For keepers, they have keeper rules. They can't play however they want. We have everywhere basic rules. Okay. For example, I don't need to hit anything. If the bowler gives wide, automatically I will get a 1 run. Okay. It's in the bowler rule. It's not in the batsman. Batsman is not doing anything. Automatically, when it goes wide, automatically I will get 1 free run. Are you getting my point, sir? So you have different sets of rules. You can put multiple reducers. Store will be one. Scoreboard is one. Rules can be multiple types. Any questions? Online, is it clear? Huh. Yeah. It's not container, it's a function. Yeah. Wherever we want the rules, we will call that reducer function. Correct. Kind of actually. But I will tell you. It's kind of goes in that way only, but I will tell you there is one more layer between them. Yeah. Now, someone store will be one, but reducer functions more than one. It depends. You can put one or you can put multiple. Like, sir, every rule in the cricket, I will put it in one function only. Your wish. No. Batman rules in one function, bowler rules in one function. You put it and you combine them. Your wish. I don't mind. Okay, but there is a possibility. Next, let's go the game more deeply. When do you check these rules? See, Prasad is playing the game. Prasad hit the bat, hit the ball, hit the ball. When he hit the ball with the bat, when he hit the ball with the ball goes out of the boundary. If the ball is not going out of the boundary, imagine the ball is not going out of the boundary. The ball is not at all moving. The ball is just there only. He hit and it's just there only. Will you check the rules? Will you check the rules? Understand one more time. He hit. Okay. I just hit it. Okay. The ball is like just there only. It's not going out of the point. Only whenever it goes out of the point or something, you will check it like it goes out. So what is that point? Okay. Then you need some trigger to go that function. Na? Someone should call that function. Na? Some point will call that function. Na? And that is called action. You need some actions, actions, actions trigger, actions trigger, trigger reducer. Someone is like, we check rules for every ball. I understand it. See, okay, you open the rule book. Okay, you are checking the rules. Ball goes out of the boundary. For that, what is the rule? Okay, or ball stay there only. What is the rule? Ball goes out of the boundary normally. What is the rule? Okay, he did 5 runs. What is the rule? Okay, someone hit the ball with the wickets. What is the rule? Are you getting my point, ma? Something should happen, na? Are you getting my point? Something happened. For that only equivalent rule you will check. Are you getting my point? In the rules, in the rule book, what you will have? Rule book will be like, sir, ball goes out of the boundary, score is 6. The ball goes out of the boundary is an action. Okay. And that action is triggering point. And score is 6. Both are inside one function. Are you getting my point? These are called actions. Actions triggers reducers. Okay. Any doubts in it? Huh? Huh? That where it went. Like for example, see, one dictionary book is there with you. You all know dictionaries, na? Dictionary book is there. I want to know the meaning of something sarcasm. I want to know the meaning of sarcasm. Then sarcasm is the word, okay, action. That is the action. So you are, for that action, for sarcasm word, you are opening the book. For sarcasm word, you are opening the book. And for sarcasm word, you will get it some meaning. Na? Oh, meaning is the score. Same way, someone hit the ball, ball went out of the boundary. Out of the going out of the boundary is your action. And for that, you open rule book. Rule book में क्या है? Going out of the boundary 6. Automatically 6 you will update in the score. Are you getting my point? Online, are you getting my point? This reducer is like a mediator between the action and the store. In interview, they will ask you these things. Now, let's go here. Action. Actions. Actions are used. Actions are used to trigger reducer. Reducer. So that so that based on action, based on action, reducer will change the state change the state in Redux. Someone is like, let us assume two rules, reducers in one reducer having ball rules and another reducer having batsman rules. Now the batsman hits four, then an action trigger. Now it will go to batsman reducer. How it will know exactly a batsman reducer? Interesting point is there, na? Upendra asked really good logic. Upendra is asked me one question. There are two reducers: batsman rules, bowler rules. Batman hit the Batsman hit the four. Like basically he hit the boundary, it will go out of the boundary slowly, normally. Now it's a four. But how do you know it's four? You should open batsman rules. In the batsman rules, it will be there. How it will know exactly batsman rules to go? That is what he is asking. But in Redux, what we will do, imagine you are having batsman rules, bowler rules, like this 100 rules. All rules you will combine and you will make it one mega rule. That mega rule will go to the reducer, will go to the store. You are having 1,000 reducers. All reducers you will combine it again and will make a main reducer. Okay. So ultimately your actions will go to one reducer only. In that it will split. Is it clear? Online, is it clear, Upendra? Your question. Yeah. Good. Now let's go here. Next. 4. Let's go somewhat more deep. What is action? Going out of the boundary. Why the ball will go out of the boundary? Because batsman hit the ball. What if Batman not hit the ball? Will the ball goes out of the boundary? No, we are not playing throw catches. Okay, it's a cricket game. You can't throw the ball outside of the boundary. That's bad. No, batsman should hit na. Sir, will it cart value become one directly? Because there is no booth. Someone should click the button, right or not? When someone click the button only, some action should be done. Some person should do something. Then that is called events. User event. Last one, component, which is component. This is where user will be there. Component. Components, components trigger event, trigger events. What does it mean by event? Hitting the ball, clicking the button, loading the page, on click, on submit, everything is event only now. Okay. User will do some events. Whenever events happen, whenever events happen, like someone hit the ball, ball will go out of the boundary, right? Events happen, actions will dispatch. They call it as a word dispatch for actions. Events happen, actions will dispatch. And when actions dispatches, actions will trigger reducer. Actions will trigger reducer. Then reducer will update the state. It will change store state. So simple. Batsman hit the ball, event update. Ball goes out of the boundary, action. Rule be checked. It is 6, reducer. Then 6 will be updated in the store, which is scoreboard. Now, sir, ultimately, that user, that batsman, whoever hit it, wants to see the scoreboard now. Are you getting my point? Like he wants to see the scoreboard now. Every component wants to see the scoreboard now. And he can see the scoreboard. He can even see the scoreboard. This guy, it will come. And this is the architecture of Redux, which in interviews they will ask. We will do practically one example. Don't worry. Any doubts in this? Online, any doubts? We will call actually. We will say it like one button is there. When you click that button, we will say, I am clicking the plus button. That is action. तो रिड्यूसर को जाता रिड्यूसर बोलता है प्लस बटन क्लिक करे तो एक बचाओ तो देन एक विल बी चेंज्ड इन इनसाइड द स्टोर ओके ऑनलाइन इज इट क्लियर ऑनलाइन इज इट क्लियर the architecture component components contains UI. Obviously components contains the user interface. User triggers an event triggers an event in component component which will dispatch which will dispatch actions. But in the end, there has to be a manual action to trigger reducer. We can't automate the actions. How do you see? You can automate it also. It's up to your program. But in reality, in practical, you can't automate it. Take it the practical one. Without hitting the bat, I wanted to update the score. It seems silly. Are you getting my point, ma? You can give default one. See, take it here. I want whole page to become Hindi. Will it become automatically? Will the whole page become Hindi automatically? No, someone should go here. Someone should select it here. When the someone select it here only, then the whole page will automatically get that particular language. Are you getting my point, ma? Someone should select it, na? Selecting that particular one is the event. Component will do the event. The event will trigger action. Action will tell it like, oh, this guy selected Korean. Action will tell it like Korean. देन इमीडिएटली रूल बुक ओपन होता, रिड्यूसर रिड्यूसर को बोलता कोरियन, कोरियन है तो क्या करना, पूरा लैंग्वेज कोरियन को चेंज करना. देन ऑटोमेटिकली इन स्टोर, स्टोर will have one language which is by default English, which is changed as Korean. So everywhere Korean will come because store is accessible to everyone. Is it clear? Now let's see. The reason I'm telling it again and again and again because once you understand most of the interview questions, you can solve it. Redux architecture. Just see this GIF and tell me like what you understand in it. Slowly see this GIF, how it is working, and understand it. UI is the component. Initially, component have a value 0. They clicked something called deposit. And whenever they click the deposit one click the button deposit, automatically it will come event. The event will dispatch one action. Action is like an object. See, one action deposit. How much? 10 rupees. It will go to reducer. Reducer will take the state value initially 0 and it will update that 0 with 10. Then state value is 10 and the 10 value will come to UI again. See that one? Anyone have any question in this diagram? I will tell you. If no questions, we will do it actually. Online, everyone, see this question, see this particular diagram. One more time, this diagram. See it step by step. First, someone will click this button. Clicking the button is a event. Clicking the button is a event. Event will dispatch one action. It will contain one action. The action will contain deposit. Deposit कर रहा है. How much they are depositing? 10 rupees. That is what they are telling. And automatically action will go to reducer. What the reducer will do? Reducer will take it initially value क्या है? Initially what is the value? It will take that 0 value and then what they are doing? Deposit. And कितना deposit कर रहे हैं? 10. So then they will have these rules. Sir, they have these rules. See, multiple reducer also you can put. They have these rules. In these rules, they update the state value from 0 to 10 and they will update 10 here. Now state value became the 10. Now this 10 value will go to the component. Now it will become 10. What working happening in that reducer? Store is like a big thing. Store contains this particular state value which is 0 and also reducer maintains that store. It actions will call them. Okay, basically deposit action called it. After calling it, reducer will have it, sir. How it will update? We did not, it's a simple diagram, but what is happening inside that reducer, we will write it the logic. Logic is like simple. Switch case I will write. In switch case, if the case is deposit, okay, in deposit, how much money to deposit? 10. Take the original state value, add 10. Is it clear? Online, is it clear, ma? Online, anyone have any questions? No. Let's do it, sir. I hope it's clear. Redux. If you go for basic interview questions, they will ask you. They will ask you mostly in Redux questions. They will ask you what is Redux, what are the problems Redux solves, advantages of Redux, basic main thing. Now here They will tell you this Redux one, how it will go one by one by one, Redux store or one by one concept. We will do it now. What is Redux? How it will work now. I'm going to do this using the program. First, steps to use Redux. Redux. First step. Step one. Let's understand in a program. Till now, you are theoretically understood. Now you will understand it in a program perspective. Install Redux. Install Redux. Install Redux. npm install Redux and React Redux. Actually, Redux can be used by anything. Even Angular can use Redux. Okay, but they don't. So for only React we wanted to use. So we are installing two libraries. One is Redux, another one is React Redux. Okay. Now, second step. Second step. Let's do it here. A program. I think you all know how to do basic code. CD React npm install. Sorry, npm create with latest uh, basic Redux demo React JavaScript cd basic Redux demo npm install. So in that case, React and Redux in React install na sir. Redux React install na sir. I didn't understand, Rajesh. Now see CLS. Now npm run dev. So basically, Redux is a third-party library. We can use it React Redux for anything. A comma separated value should be given in installing both. No need. Space you should give. You should not give comma. I think you know this, but if you don't know, I'm telling it. Everyone see this. CD Redux basic Redux demo. Basic Redux demo. Everyone see this. If you are installing multiple libraries, you should not give comma, you should give space. I'm installing one library, Redux. What is the library? Redux. But in this Redux, again, I wanted to install only the Redux which are specific for React also. So I am installing two libraries. One is Redux and another one is React Redux. Like this one is a specific version for the React. You need both. Both will be installed. If you wanna check, you can check it actually. In the React, in basic Redux one, if you go to package.json, can you see here Redux and React Redux both are installed? Redux having the version 5 and the React Redux having the version 9. Any doubts here? Online any doubts, ma? Online any doubts? The first step is clear, everyone. Next steps. Next one. Go here. I wanted to use something like RFCA. I will create it here, one folder, Redux. You don't need to create the folder, but I just wanted to create the folder because all the things which are in Redux, I wanted to show you one by one by one. Any doubts? Is it clear? Now, first one, I will create it here. Actions. Actions. Actions.js. I need reducer. Reducer.js. I need store. Store.js. No, no need of JSX because these are JavaScript files. They are not components. JSX ka matlab, JSX means JavaScript XML. You will know that. Basically, what is the use of JSX? You will write HTML inside the JavaScript, but these are pure JavaScripts. You don't need it. Okay. Any doubts here? Any doubts here? No. Now let's create it here from starting with the actions. Now, what these actions will do? I will create it action like const increment. What this increment will return? They have something called increment one. Okay. Now here increment will return if anyone call increment. If anyone call increment, I am returning one object. What I am returning? उसका ऑब्जेक्ट के अंदर टाइप इंक्र पेलोड कितना इंक्रीज चाहिए तुमको like 5. If anyone call this, it will do something like type incr payload 5 something. It's one object. Sir, why did you put type only? Why did you put payload only? कुछ भी करो, कुछ नहीं होता. Okay, like it's just one object. Sir, I call increment. What will be the answer? If you call increment, what you will get? You will get one object. You will get one object. वो object के अंदर type is there. Object के अंदर payload is there. If you see this example is my inspiration. In this example also they are returning something type and payload. So I am just taking in this example only. Next. Online, is it clear, ma? Online, is it clear? Same way, you can create one more function. Const decrement. Const decrement. You are creating another function. Sir, I am using arrow functions. You can use normal functions also. I think you know that. I am returning type ticker payload 5. Then if anyone call reset reset type reset payload 0. So I created here three functions, and these three functions I am exporting it. Export increment decrement reset. Any doubts here? Online, any doubts, ma? Online, any doubts? No. Remove comma where, like in the ending, you can put it, you can remove it. It's an object, na? You should put commas. Now, I created three functions, sir. But will these functions do anything? No. These functions will just return the values. Simple. Now I will write reducer. I will write reducer. Import. You have from React Redux. We have create reducer. Why we are not having? Is it like Redux? reducer. No. Okay. Let's create it here one reducer, sir. Now everyone see here how I will do the reducer one function. Reducer is a function. Reducer is a function. Now I am writing rules. Now I am writing rules. Now reducer is a function. I am writing it here. Counter reducer. Counter reducer. Const. Sir, this counter reducer will take it here two values. Counter reducer is taking two values. One is initial state. Initial state. Another one is action. Initial state. Another one is action. Always it will take two things. Sir, what is initial state value? Initial state value, like I will declare one variable. Initial state is one object. उसके अंदर count is there. We originally, what is the count value? What is the original count value? 0. Now, in this one, action is there. What are actions here? What are the actions will return? Actions will return one object, na? Now I will check it. Switch case. Switch. Action के type. Action के अंदर types are there. Can anyone tell me what are the types actions have? What are the types actions have here? Increment, incre, decre, reset. You have three, na? Sir, if type is incre, increase karo. If type is decre, decrease karo. If type is reset, 0 karo. That means you need to write if, else if, else if. Instead of writing, I'm using switch case. Basically, everyone knows switch case. In this switch case, I have actually three values. One is case incre. If case is incre, if case is decre, if case is reset, or case can be default. Default is like you all know that basically default is like, imagine in a worst case they are trying to manipulate someone going with increment, decrement, reset, any other thing, then automatically it will go to default. You know that, right? Switch case. Any questions here? No. Now, sir, increment ball count in default. I didn't understand. Now, okay. Now let's do it here. How it will be done? What this increment will do? Incre will return. Incre will return. Initially, it is taking initial state. Initial state, I am also calling it as state. State, initial state, both are same. State and initial state both are same. What is state is having now? One object. वो object के अंदर how many values are there? One. What is the value? Count. Count का initial value? It's like my scoreboard. प्रसाद का score initially 0 है. Okay. If anyone click this particular one, in this one, count will become state dot count. What is state के अंदर count initially? What is state के अंदर count initially? 0 plus action का payload. Anyone guess action का payload कितना है? इधर देखो action का payload कितना है? Sir, if I am doing incre, so imagine this one run. What will happen? 0 plus 5. 0 plus 5 बोले तो 5. So count value 5 increase होता if you click it. Sir, why did you increase 5 only? There is no logic. Your wish. Are you getting my point, ma? It's like depositing 100 rupees. Why did they put 100 rupees only? No, no, no one knows. Okay. Online, are you getting my point, ma? Same logic. Next, return. Here, decrement means minus reset. In reset, what you will do? Do you need anything? No. Reset automatically count value will become state ka payload. Anyone tell me in reset what is the state payload? In reset what is the state payload? Always it's 0 automatically. Online any doubts ma? In default, I don't change the state. Directly whatever the state it is there. How things are relating. Now good. Now everyone understand it. You are writing the rule book now. You are writing. Huh? Huh? What break? Oh, switch case ka break. No need. Because you are having written statement na break nahi chahiye. Okay, if it is a normal statement, you will have break. Sir, 6 line, why we write it action ka type? अच्छा देखो, someone hit the ball. Hit the ball. The ball went out of the boundary. When ball went out of the boundary, they are having one action. Action is like a type boundary. Boundary. Now, sir, when it goes out of the boundary, I am giving payload 6. What I'm giving payload? 6. Now, sir, whenever it has happened, automatically it will go to reducer, na? One rule book, na? Rule book, what it will do, Rule book will be like, first it will check what is the type. What is the type? Boundary. Boundary है तो what is the payload here? 6. वो 6 को add करो score के. It can do statically, sir. I don't want to send payload here. I will add 6 directly here only. Your wish. तुम्हारा इच्छा. I am saying it like I am only sending the value. How these things are related, understand it. Understand it here. Here, these are actions. We did not created the full framework. We are doing one by one by one. पहला action create कर दिया. This actions will go to this reducer. How it will go? We did not do that still actually. We are just building part and part. Okay, you are doing slab, you are doing pillars. Oh, sure. Sure. Okay. Everyone in the online, just 2 minutes. You will have some announcements. Yeah. Online, can you hear me? Online, can you hear me? Now, yes, I hear you. Array. Huh? I didn't understand. We cannot hear till now. No, actually, that guy don't know that. He gave a speech like it's some kind of orphanage. They are coming for donations. One. See, if you really wants to donate into any kind of orphanage one, so I highly recommend you to do your research. There will be some scams also. So my point is, I'm not thinking it like you are into that stage. Actually, you are just in a jobless state. Once you get your job, just take it any kind of when you're free. Like mostly, I highly recommend this. Instead of celebrating highly on your birthdays, especially birthdays, go to the orphanages. Believe me, it will help you mentally and physically. Go to the orphanages, try to spend your time. That will give you something good boostage. Okay. I don't know about this orphanage one, but it's just he is asking some donation. Has anyone done donation? कितना दे दिया रे? Very good you. अच्छा करेगा God. Good. Now, anyway, come back our topic, sir, everyone. Acha, come back one more time. Everyone, focus here. First action. Actions will return one object. This object. Imagine someone returned the dicker. How they will return, we will see. If someone clicked the dicker, automatically it will go to reducer. It will go to reducer. Reducer will check it like what is returning dicker. If it is dicker, what we will change? State ka count value. What is original state ka count value? 0. 0 value they are subtracting with the state value. Then what it will become? Payload. Here, what is the payload here? 5. So it will become 0 minus 5. It will be minus 5. Now, next, how you will get this code, sir? Let me put it here. One button, asterisk 3. Everyone see it one by one. First, you will use one hook called use dispatch. What is the hook? Use dispatch. Why it is not coming from Redux? Use React Redux. Use dispatch. I will create one const dispatch, which is equals to I create here one dispatch plus minus minus reset. I already exported here, na? I exported increment function, decrement function, reset function. Now I will say here import increment function, decrement function, reset function. If anyone click this button on click, last boys, focus here, ma. See, if you did not focus, React Redux will be something different level. Imagine someone click this button. Someone click this button. Then the moment they click this button, I am dispatching in dispatch. In dispatch, I am calling the function increment. I'm calling the function increment. Now everyone tell me if I do this increment, what the increment will return? Everyone, what the increment is returning? Increment is returning one object. Increment is returning one object. वो object के अंदर type is there, object के अंदर payload is there. Both will come here. And see, this both will come here. It will return this. They both will go dispatch. Whenever it is dispatching, it will go to reducer. Where it will go? Reducer. Reducer will contain action. It is checking action ka type. What is the type now? What is the type, ma? Incr. Then it will check incr value. Incr value, count value will become state.count plus action.payload, which will be 0 plus 5. Count value will become 5. But am I storing it in any store, ma? Who will say go to dispatcher? Dispatch method will do that. This dispatch method, when you say dispatch method, automatically it will go to reducer. Who will say go to the reducer? Automatically dispatch method will take it to reducer. That's why in the diagram also I said it. Dispatch, it will go there. Now, next, it will go here. Same logic. I will try on click. Go here. Dispatch. When you are having it like whole and all, you will get a clear idea. Not on can play. On click. Here also. On click. Array. Reset. Dispatch. Reset. But sir, everyone, whatever reducer is doing, reducer should store it in store na. Is it updating in the scoreboard? Is store is there? No. Let's create a store. To create store, import, create store, create store, and import the reducer. This whatever the reducer is there, I will export reducer, export counter reducer. Then I will go here, import counter reducer. How do you create a store, sir? Create store, create store, which will contain counter reducer, which will become store const. Sir, why it became striked out? Because actually, create store is a old method. In recent times, people use something configure store, which is Redux toolkit. We are learning Redux. Redux को update version है. Oh, Redux toolkit. So step by step you will learn. Don't worry. Now reducer. This my store. I will just update. Export default my store. Someone is like, what is the difference between default reducer and export reducer? कुछ नहीं रहता. If you put it like default, you will not put this braces. If you directly put it braces, you will put braces. कुछ नहीं होता. Okay. Now here I have store na. Sir, store should be available globally, right or not? Store should be available globally na. So I will go here. I will go to main.jsx, import my store, and instead of this strict mode, I will write it here. My store dot my store. Simple. Any doubts, ma, here online? Online, any doubts? Instead of my store, no, don't use my store. Use it provider. Provider. React Redux have provider. Provider store. Provider store equals to my store. Where is this provider, sir? You should import it. Import provider. हो गया. Now it is available globally. But sir, huh? रेड्यूसर का रेड्यूसर इंपोर्ट कर दिया ना, देखो स्टोर पर है। हाँ, रिडक्स से नहीं, रेड्यूसर खाली तुम्हारा डिफॉल्ट फंक्शन है। reducer is like your own function, whatever the function you like. Now, last but not least, sir, already in the score is changing in the store. You need to see the score now. You need to see the score now. How do you see the score? For that, you will use one hook called use select. For that, you will use one hook called use select. Use selector. So, which is use selector const count, which is equals to use selector state. State स्टेट के अंदर count. Now I have the count value, which I will print it here. Paragraph count. This much setup is there. Everyone see this? Put the app CSS. Now I will show you whole setup is done. I will show you one by one by one. Now see. That's why in interview they will ask you more. Now see, it's incrementing. Can you see this? Can you see this? They are doing it, the work exactly. Okay, this is the work I'm doing it. This work is done it globally. What is advantage with doing it globally? You can do it normally also. Yes, but what if 1,000 components are there, 100 components are there, 50 components are there? Everything can able to take this value. Anywhere it can take the value. Anywhere you can use this value. But the global value you will put. Now I will show you all the things step by step so that you can see it clearly. Now let's understand in a broader perspective. Component, copy. Now this is component. Now actions. These are actions. Actions. Now next, reducer. I'm just showing you all the code. Reducer. Now next, store. Now where is this arrow is not coming? Store. Store. So file names can be any name. Obviously, file names obviously can be anything. In the main file, I will put it here. This is main. Main. Now everyone see, these are the changes I did in the store. Now I will tell you what is happening one by one by one. Sir, I have one store. Everyone online, focus here, online and offline. If you understand this, almost everything you can answer in an interview. You have one store. Can you see this here? What is the store name here? Last boys. I'm telling it seriously. Redux is very important. You have one store. What is the store name, ma? My store. So now you have this my store. Can you see here? My store is provided globally. My store is provided globally to the app. That means anywhere in the app or any other components in the app, you can use the my store. That store is global, na? What is the first step? Store is a global. Perfect. Ho gaya global. Now let's understand flow. Let's understand flow. Flow is very simple. First, someone will click this plus button. There is a plus button. If anyone click this plus button, they are doing dispatch and they are calling increment. Where is increment, sir? Increment is here. What is increment is returning? Everyone see. It is returning one object. What it is returning? Object contains what are the values? Type and payload. What is the type there? Incr. What is the payload there? 5. Type is payload. Sorry, type is incr. Payload is 5. And this type incr and payload 5 will come here. Will come here. And they will do dispatch. Sir, what does it mean by dispatch? Whenever someone call dispatch, dispatch will go to the reducer. Dispatch will go to the reducer. And this is the reducer. Reducer is a function. Reducer is a function. This function is taking two values. How many values it is taking? First one is initial state. They also call it a state. State or initial state, both are same. Initial state or state and action. Initial state is what? Initial state is a object which contain count value 0. What it will contain count value? 0. And action. Sir, action can be you know incr. Action can be bigger. Action can be reset. Action can be anything. Na? If I click plus incr, if I click minus decr, if I give reset, three things are there. Three types of types are there here. Three types are there. So how do you write it for three types? I wrote it something called switch case. What did I wrote? Switch. स्विच के अंदर एक्शन का टाइप क्या है? एक्शन का टाइप क्या है अभी? इंक्र. व्हाट इज एक्शन का टाइप? इंक्र. बिकॉज यू क्लिक प्लस बटन ना, then it will go to incr. In incr, what you are telling? You are telling change the count value. Change the count value as state के अंदर count. State के अंदर count कितना है? 0 प्लस एक्शन का पेलोड. एक्शन का पेलोड कितना है? So 0 plus 5. 5. तो अभी काउंट वैल्यू क्या होता? वो काउंट वैल्यू क्या है? 5. वो काउंट वैल्यू स्टोर के अंदर स्टोर होता. हो गया स्टोर. अच्छा है. बट आई वांटेड टू प्रिंट दैट काउंट ना यार. How do you print it, sir? You will use selector. Use selector will go to the store and will ask, तुम्हारे पास state है, वो state के अंदर count है, count का value कितना, whatever it is there, save it in count. That value print करो. So when it is changed as 5, it will come here na 5. When it is changed as 6, it will come as na 6. Same way. So it's like the loop. Same loop which I did. How does dispatch know where to go to the file? Where are we defining it? That is the interesting point. When you write dispatch, dispatch will automatically will go to the reducer. Sir, how does the dispatch will go to the reducer? Dispatch will know where the reducer is there. For your whole program, already one store is there, na? How the dispatch will find? Dispatch is like, where is the store? Always one store only there. Always one store only there. Only one store, my store. और my store का reducer क्या है? Counter store. वो counter store किधर है? इधर है. तो इधर को जाओ. ऐसा चेक करता. Online, are you getting my point, ma? Online, are you getting my point? Sir, whenever someone hit the ball out of the boundary, you need to check a rule book. तुमको कैसा पता? तुमको कैसा मालूम वो रूल बुक किधर है? हाँ, रूल बुक किधर है कैसा मालूम होता? Only one scoreboard is there, or only one stadium is there, only in that country. Wherever they put it, first we will check the country, and the country has only one kind of reducer or something. Whatever the reducers are there, then you will go to the path. Based on the back trace, they will do based on the store, they will do back trace. Online, is it clear, ma? Reducer file is counter reducer. Correct. Counter reducer is a function. Correct. So my point is like this, when you draw the diagram, like all the things, you will understand it. Now comes to our old diagram. See, now again, component, trigger, event. Event goes to the action. Actions goes to the reducer. Reducer will change the store. Then again from store, I will use the use selector. From store, I will use the use selector. If anyone wants to know, how did you do this all? To doing this all, first I used here on click. On click will trigger the action. Then actions will go here, use dispatch. Then use dispatch will dispatch the reducer. Then reducer will update the state using something like switch logic. After that switch logic, to get the data, you used use selector. What did you use? Use selector. That's it. I will save this file also, save this image inside the your code, Redux 1, and same thing. I will take it here. This also. I will take it. This also a screenshot. And I will save that screenshot also here. Screenshots. Control X. Go here. Redux 2. Using this 2, you will get a good logic, ma. Yesterday notes, I will do it. See? Again, see, flow image, code, flow. Both I am saving it. Okay? Is this clear, ma? Acha. And today, mandatory. Today, task is not optional. Every boys, class boys. Today, task is mandatory. Everyone create a simple app, simple counter. You can do it the same counter or any other thing. Simple app using the Redux. Why? Because tomorrow I will tell you Redux toolkit, advanced Redux, Redux toolkit, Redux saga और तंग कुछ भी advanced बोल देंगे. So at that time, to understand it, first you should understand this. Again, tomorrow if you get a confusion,
This meeting is being
GitHub now.
recorded.
Yeah. I will do it. Both will be updated.